was a lot of guys we liked in this draft, but you know, Kevin, since I've been working with him, both he and Chad, they've done a great job this time of the year predicting the draft, and you know, pretty much everything went as we thought it would go. And as far as the players that went before our pick, we thought it would go that way, and our guy Aaron was there. And you know, we're getting a solid guard. We didn't have an opportunity to bring him in, but very happy to have him on board. Solid guard, high basketball IQ, two-way player. We do get another UCLA guy with us, but just a solid guard that we feel is going to fit into you know, the culture of this team.
Specifically his game, what stood out to you about his game?
Well, he's a two-way player. He's a guy that plays both ends of the floor, high basketball IQ at that point guard position. You know, he's fearless. He's a tough guy. He prides himself off of you know, playing on the defensive end of the floor. And you know, he comes from, you know, a basketball family. You know, both of his brothers have had successful careers in the NBA, and you know, we just feel that he is a talent. He was the guy that we had on the top of our board.
Maybe it's still early, but you just made the pick. But how do you plan to work him into the system that you have now with the guards that you have? How do you plan to play him?
Well, we're still early. I mean, we got to go into free agency. We still have another pick. You know, the draft is still going on, so we're just happy that the guy that you know, one of the guys that we had on the board, and we was able to select him today. So we're not through with building the roster. You know, we still have free agency coming up, and a lot of things are going to be happening in the next week or two, and certainly in the month of July. But as far as tonight, we got the guy that we wanted.
Hey, were you worried that he would go before 23?
You know, really, this is a time for Kevin and Chad and our scouts. Those guys do all this work, you know, throughout the year. Scouting players, and for me, I'm kind of sitting back. It's fourth quarter for them, and you know, they just had to make a play or run a play, and they executed it to perfection. So were we afraid? You know, you're doing a lot of things are happening, you know, in the room. Leading up to your pick, but as I said before, they had this draft, and they've had it in the past, the way it went until our pick. So we kind of felt that certain guys would be available, and Aaron was available, and we was happy with that pick.
With all the young guys, all the one and done players, you get a 3-year guy. Is that beneficial? A veteran that's savvy?
Absolutely. You know, from what I've heard, you know, we didn't have the opportunity to bring him in, but he's a leader, a 3-year guy, as I mentioned. You know, high basketball. We feel he has a high basketball IQ, so that definitely plays a part. And again, I think he fits into the group that we currently have.
Hey, when you say you didn't bring him in, was there an effort to bring him in, or was it a case that you didn't think he'd be available to you?
I don't know. I can't, you know, speak on that. It was just we didn't have him in, but we did have him when I walked in the room as one of the top guys. That I guess if he was there, we would take him.
Have you had a chance to see him personally on television?
I've seen him play a couple times, not much.
How big was the defensive part? Because you hear a lot of these guys coming in, especially the early guys and one and dones, the defense part is usually lagging. But when you get to guys like Aaron, who's been in 3 years, they're usually more defensively responsible. Is that a necessary component in your eyes in terms of, you know, 23rd?
Well, I think at the 23rd pick, you're taking really the best talent. You know, we want to try to bring in two-way players. You know, guys that are going to play on both ends of the floor. And, you know, when you get to that pick, you know, a lot of things can happen. And, you know, really things felt the way we thought they would. And we was able to get our guy. And the guy that we wanted is capable of playing both ends of the floor. I love the fact that he'll be able to defend his position, but he's a point guard. He's a guard that plays on both ends of the floor. He can run the pick and roll. He can shoot the ball. He's tough, and as I mentioned, I think he has a high basketball IQ.
Considering the guys you brought in the current circumstances, were you expecting to try to address the point guard spot?
Again, you look at the best talent. You have a pool of players that you feel may fall to you, and then you rank those players, whether they're point guards, wings, forwards, bigs, and you take the guy that you have up on the board, and he was the guy that we had.
More important to find a guy who felt fit the culture, even on top of the talent.
I think so. I mean, if you can do that, we certainly want to try to continue to build off the group that we had this season, and he fits the group that we have currently. And as I mentioned, I just like his toughness. Our guys are very excited to be able to select him, and we got the guy again that we wanted to get.
Have you heard from TJ or EK about him or that selection already?
No. I mean, they didn't know that we were going to be looking at another UCLA guy, but I'm sure I'll hear from them tomorrow.
You, in theory, see him as your point guard of the future?
Right now, we're just trying to build a team, and we'll get him here. And I'll be excited to see him play with our guys in summer league, and see what we do in free agency, and we'll go from there. So I got a few more months to work on that.